Good morning. It's another weekend and the work has continued on this little cabin that we're building. So all of our kids except baby Lydia stayed at Grandma and Grandpa's house last night. And so it's really quiet and strangely quiet here today. Jason's friend Joe came over to help and they've been hard at work down. I have no idea what they're doing, so I'm about to walk down and go see.
Okay, so we have backup today. We have my only friend Joe here today. And we are about to put some walls up. So we're doing some of the work around these beams here. Can you, Vanna, will you? So we're just trimming around here so that we can lay the walls on top of them. And then we'll come back and finish the rest when it doesn't matter, when we don't have the paid labor here, if you will. So once we get basically the outside edges taken care of, then we can stand up or build the walls and then stand them up. And so that is our focus.
So tell the people about the lumber situation right now.
So because of the quarantine issue and the production of wood, they shut down for about 2 months, and which basically causes a huge backup. And then there was an increase on people like your do-it-yourselfers doing projects at home. So it's almost like a compounding problem where you have a lack of supply and you have an increase of demand. And so the market, or the economy on the lumber anyway, is where it's a supply and demand type thing. If there's more wood than there is a demand for it, then the prices are low or reasonable. And right now, it's not. So Joe was just saying about $1 what for a stud?
$1.98 or maybe $2.13 for certain types.
Right, and I remember that when we were doing our projects in the city house about 4 or 5 years ago. Yesterday, 2 days ago, when I went to go get lumber, a stud was $5.70 something. So dramatic difference.
Really bad time to be doing a building project.
Well.
And I just feel thankful that we are not in the middle of construction on our big house.
Right,
because
well, that was another
just
conversation.
Horribly expensive.
Right, I just talked to somebody yesterday and they were saying they did this whole big house and they're doing the final tally up, and these people are budgeting for these houses, and then all of a sudden they give them another bill for $40,000.
Wow, just because of the lumber.
Because of the lumber and the production costs.
That's terrible.
Right. I mean, imagine like you saved up the whole time, you've got everything in the bank, you got it all lined up or whatever, and then all of a sudden they hit you with a $40,000 bill higher than what you were expecting.
So we are trying to make do with some other choices so that we don't spend quite as much for this little cabin.
Right. So yeah, right. The plywood that was going to go on the outside just to kind of box it in and keep it out of the weather was going to be about $420. And so instead, what we're planning on doing is connecting with our only friend Dan, and oh wait, we decided we have 2 friends. So, and then there's another gentleman named Zach that has a band sawmill over by my boss's house, where I'm gonna try to communicate with him to see if we can get him to mill us some siding. And so we'll take logs in from the cedar posts, or cedar trees from our property and from Dan's property, and then go and make vertical siding with little, what we call them, battens in between? Purlings? No, battens. To cover the gaps. It's really cool. It's what we have on our barn. We enjoy that.
I like the look. I'm glad we're going that route.
Cedar heartwood is rot resistant, especially on siding. So, you know, maybe we'd have some bugs down the road, or woodpeckers as Joe was having some issues. But ultimately, it would be a really cheap way to have something look really cool. Normally it would be more expensive, but this time, because of the way things are, it would be cheaper. 18 5/16.
Look who's back from Grandma's house and Grandpa's house. I missed you. Oh, is Elsie a duck? Is she gonna go into the duck house? They are back and we are headed down. The other kids went straight down to see the activity that was happening at the cabin, the new little cabin. I think we're going to call it the Cedar Cabin. That's what we're trying to decide on. Everything around here has to have a name or we get confused about what we're talking about. So it's a little cabin. There will be no bathroom in it. I had that question.
Mama.
Will there be a bathroom? No.
Mama.
There will be electricity, of course, because Jason is going to use it for his at-home office, so he will need to have lights in his computer and all that. Also, we have very exciting news that I didn't share with you. Oh, life-changing. After the years of running internet through our phones by using the hotspots on our phones, we are getting actual internet, and I am so excited. Yeah, it's really going to be pretty life-changing, especially since...
No more waiting?
No more having to wait on teaching textbooks. Well,
I can beat
within
the
reasonable
boys.
limits, of course. No internet is perfect, but it is supposed to be pretty good considering we're out in the country. This is the first time we've had this option. It is a line of sight internet provider, so there's a tower close enough that they're going to put the whatever receptor thing up on a tall pole, and that is how we're going to get good internet, they tell us. So we'll see. Before that can happen, Jason has to take a tree down, a really big maple tree for it to happen. The tree was one that was kind of leaning, and we were going to take it down anyway, but not this week. So it's going to be a really busy week, actually, coming up. He has a lot to do. He's working on this. He's got the tree to take down, and we have another animal that we're going to be picking up soon. So lots going on. Look at this. Wow. Okay, so this happened while I was gone. I'm glad I didn't see it happen because that looks kind of scary.
It wasn't.
It wasn't he says it was a little scary.
It was a lot scary, actually. But I was trying to be brave for Joe because he was going after me.
Here they go.
Hand me that nail gun, bud.
It's a barn raising. I mean a cabin raising. Look at this. This gets me excited about, you know, that other big project we talk about.
I'm waiting for you.
Mama, this is the tool that they've used.
Okay.
It's the most
Like
important tool that of all the things. This
Let me
wouldn't
put
be
one in here anyway.
without this tool.
James' little
Justin,
pretend
you
tool.
would run.
I'll put something in between there.
We made it. Cartwheels! Put up a wall. Yes, we did. It's slippery. Yeah, it is. Let me translate for you. He said that he's really excited that this has got up and then that he'd like to dance for you. It's my birthday. He said it's his birthday and
That's right. Yesterday was your birthday. 3 years old.
And then Samuel, I need two packs of nails right out of this. Hey, buddy. Careful when you throw, okay? Yep. Yes, 2 of those. The big ones. Thank you.
Mom.
Did Silas rescue you?
Yeah.
Let's play tag, Sam. Jeremiah, let's play tag. I'm in.
Well, there's a screw about this far. Silas.
They're making a roof, putting them across there, and then they're cutting off the ends.
You want the 2.5-inch
Make it
nails or
work,
screws or shorter?
And there's probably going to be a hay loft
Two
where you
enough?
can lay in.
A loft, yeah. A loft. A loft, yeah.
No hay.
A loft minus the hay.
Yeah.